Today, I wanted to talk to you about a few things around women's health, hormones, and how your gut can actually play a really big part in hormone balance. So, if you're a woman who's in your 40s, are you feeling off balance? I've been in this place in the past myself as well. And it can be this feeling where things just aren't functioning the way they used to. Maybe you're dealing with some symptoms, and it's about what do I need to do to feel better? So, we're going to talk today about two really key pieces here. We're going to talk about your gut health, so dysbiosis, which is when there's an imbalance in the gut bacteria population in your system. We're also going to talk a little bit about liver health because liver is something that's often not appreciated when it comes to hormone balance. It's something we don't even think about because if you think of hormones, we think, oh, okay, our ovaries are really, really important and responsible for making hormones. And then our uterus is a part of the female sex hormones as well. But liver plays a really big part here, and it's something that's often not considered. So if you're a woman in your 40s and you're feeling off balance, the answer could be your gut. So, we're going to talk about the important role of gut health and how it affects hormone balance. And as I said, we'll discuss dysbiosis, the microbiome, and the liver's role in estrogen metabolism. And also, I'm going to share with you some simple holistic strategies that you can do to help get better gut health so that you can start feeling better. Maintaining a healthy gut is really important for hormone balance because the gut is closely connected to the endocrine system. And the endocrine system is the system that regulates our hormones, that keeps everything in balance. And specifically, the gut produces and regulates hormones that affect things like metabolism, that affects things like inflammation, which is a really big one when it comes to hormone balance and when it comes to chronic health issues as well. Inflammation is important. And the gut also regulates mood and other things too. So, when the gut is unhealthy or imbalanced, it can lead to a hormone imbalance that can cause a range of symptoms. So, things like fatigue can be related to gut imbalance, mood swings, weight gain, irregular periods. These are all things that have a much closer connection to gut health than we often recognize. So, this is particularly common in women in their 40s because this is when women start to experience perimenopause, which is a normal time of or a time of fluctuation in our hormones. It's common, but it's not normal. I shouldn't say it's normal because we don't have to go through these symptoms and we don't have to deal with the fluctuations that cause these symptoms, but it is something that a lot of women deal with, and there's a lot of factors that contribute to this. So, dysbiosis refers to an imbalance in our gut bacteria, our gut microbiome. So, we have a population of bacteria that live in our gut, and on a regular basis, any person will have some not good, I don't want to call them bad, but some not healthy bacteria. And then we also will have healthy bacteria that actually helps us with, our immune system and with staying healthy and with digesting food and with all kinds of beneficial processes in the body. But when there's an imbalance in that, the not good bacteria becomes too high and overrides the healthy bacteria, that's where we can end up with some problems. So there's an overgrowth here, and this can get in the way of the reproduction of the beneficial bacteria. So the gut microbiome is a complex community of microorganisms that live inside of us, and they play an important role in a variety of physiological processes. So things like digestion, immune function, metabolism is even critical to have a healthy functioning gut microbiome. And when the gut microbiome is imbalanced, it can have a negative effect on our health in a few ways. One of which is weight gain, which is often not considered either. So if you're dealing with weight that you're having a hard time losing, or you've been gaining it and you can't understand why, your gut microbiome could play a role here. It can influence our metabolism, it can influence how we process foods. And studies have shown that an imbalance in gut bacteria can lead to increased inflammation and insulin resistance, which can contribute to weight gain. Additionally, certain bacteria have been shown to extract more energy from our food, which leads to increased calorie consumption and weight gain. So, even though you're eating the same food as you used to be, if your body is using it different and taking more from it, but not in a positive way, this can work against you when it comes to weight gain. or inability to manage weight. Another factor that dysbiosis can lead to is estrogen dominance. We talked about estrogen dominance last week, and we didn't really get into the gut, which is why I wanted to get a bit deeper into this week, because it is a complicated topic to talk about, but it's an important thing for women to understand. And when it comes to the gut microbiome, this can have a role in estrogen dominance because it regulates hormone production, it's involved in hormone regulation, including estrogen. So, dysbiosis or an imbalance in the gut microbiome can contribute to a range of perimenopause symptoms. So, things like hot flashes, things like mood swings, things like insomnia, all could be a gut problem. That all could be something that needs to be addressed from a gut level, which is often not considered. But there's so many different factors when it comes to the symptoms and the issues that you may deal with as a woman going through your 40s and dealing with your hormones. We always need to figure out why. Why are you having the symptoms that you're having? And it could be from other environmental pollutants or toxins or chemicals, but it could be a gut thing. And so, if this is the case, then we're going to need to address this, or the symptoms are never going to go away. So, one of the main ways that dysbiosis can affect perimenopause symptoms is through the impact that it has on estrogen metabolism. Again, estrogen metabolism is something we talked about last week as well. So if this is something you'd like to understand more, take a look back at the live that I did at this time last Tuesday. This is the live time. There's one every week, because it talks more about estrogen metabolism and kind of, I tried to keep it really simple and explain a really complicated process, but something that's important for women to know. And when it comes to the effect of gut bacteria on estrogen metabolism, there are actually certain bacteria in the gut that play a crucial role. So bacteria such as lactobacillus, there we go. My brain is not working, or my mouth is not working, one of the two. Lactobacillus and then bifidobacterium species, they're shown to play a role in estrogen metabolism, while other bacteria may actually promote the growth of harmful estrogen metabolites. So dysbiosis can disrupt the balance of these bacteria, which can lead to an accumulation of harmful estrogen metabolites in the body. So this can be things that are prone to creating more growth in your body. So women who have really heavy periods, why is your body having so much growth? That can be an estrogen metabolism issue. And that can be related to dysbiosis because of the changes it has on our gut bacteria. Shh, sorry, my dog is dreaming. So dysbiosis can lead to inflammation in the gut as well, which can contribute to systemic inflammation throughout the body. And chronic inflammation has been linked to a range of perimenopause symptoms. So things like fatigue, joint pain, and brain fog all can be an inflammation issue that can be linked back to dysbiosis. And dysbiosis can also impair the production of certain neurotransmitters. So things like serotonin and GABA, which are our happy hormones, the feel-good hormones. So if there's an imbalance of your gut bacteria, that could be the reason you're having mood changes as you're going through perimenopause. These are really important for regulating mood, as I said, and for regulating sleep as well. So this can contribute to mood swings. This can also contribute to the insomnia that a lot of women will deal with as they're going through perimenopause. Everything links back to the gut. A lot of the times when you're dealing with anything health related, the first place we want to start and address is figure out what's going on with your gut. How is this connected? Because a lot of the times there is more of a connection there than many people realize. And then finally, on the dysbiosis topic, this can contribute to nutrient deficiencies. Nutrient deficiencies can affect overall health and exacerbate the perimenopause symptoms. So low levels of vitamin D, low levels of magnesium have been linked to a risk of hot flashes, again, and the mood swings. So this is not going to be beneficial for you because all of these factors that I talked about, they can contribute to a range of perimenopause symptoms. So things like hot flashes, mood swings, insomnia, the impact that it has on estrogen metabolism, inflammation, neurotransmitter production, nutrient deficiencies, all can be linked to dysbiosis. So if you've got an imbalance of bacteria in your gut, this could be part of the reason why you're having these symptoms. And this is where we need to figure out what's going on with you. This is not going to be the case for everyone, but for a lot of women, there can be a contribution here or a link between dysbiosis and these issues. So, promoting a healthy gut microbiome through things like eating a healthy diet, avoiding processed foods, avoiding sugary foods, not drinking alcohol all of the time, these can all be very beneficial in improving the quality of your gut bacteria. And ultimately, like what feeds the bad bacteria in your gut? Sugar is a really big one, and alcohol is one as well. And this is where we want to focus on eating lots of vegetables, shouldn't say lots of fruits, some fruits, and a whole food diet as much as possible, because these are going to feed the good bacteria in your gut. And this is going to help you with having less perimenopause symptoms and feeling healthier overall as well. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, I always cram a lot of things into these, but this is another really important one when it comes to gut health and when it comes to your body being able to do a good job of managing hormones as we go through perimenopause, is liver health. Because last week we talked about estrogen metabolism. And a lot of the times, the problem when people have perimenopause symptoms or deal with estrogen dominance as they go through perimenopause, the problem is not that the body is not producing the right amount of hormones. A lot of the times, the problem is the body is not detoxifying the hormones properly. And when your system goes through and packages up estrogen throughout your cycle, throughout the month, it's as it's supposed to, your liver does the packaging up of the estrogen, and then it continues on through the system, and the dysbiosis or bad gut bacteria can actually unpack all the work that the liver just did and force that to recirculate throughout the system. So we need to make sure that the liver is well supported, because estrogen is broken down, as I said, into several metabolites in the liver, and some of which are really helpful. The 2-OH pathway is an estrogen metabolite that's actually protective, that's actually going to be beneficial to your health. It's going to reduce the perimenopause symptoms that people deal with. But when the liver is not properly supported and the body is pushing things into an unhealthy estrogen pathway, that's where we're going to have the excess growth. So we're going to have really heavy periods. This is where women can deal with perimenopause. Sorry, this is where women can deal with PCOS or endometriosis, because there's excess growth happening in the body. And if the body's not metabolizing estrogens properly, this also is linked to cancer in the future, because there's more growth as well. So we want to make sure that your liver is healthy. If the liver is sluggish and overwhelmed, it may not be able to process estrogen efficiently, which can lead to an accumulation of estrogen in the body, which, as I said, contributes to estrogen dominance. And what causes a sluggish liver? This can be caused by a variety of factors. So things like poor diet, things like eating lots of sugar, lots of processed foods, lots of inflammatory oils, exposure to toxins. We come into contact with toxins in so many places in our body or in our lives. Your beauty care products, your personal care products, in the environment, there's lots of chemicals and toxins, plastic water bottles, plastic food containers. Our liver is responsible for doing all the detox in the system or in for our system. And if there's too much detox for it to do, it may not be able to keep up with everything. And this can lead to problems with metabolizing and detoxing hormones properly as well. It makes the liver sluggish, and then it's not able to keep up. So when the liver is not able to eliminate excess or estrogen, it can contribute to a range of symptoms. So again, this is where we can deal with weight gain, we can deal with bloating, mood swings, and irregular periods, because there's an excess of estrogen floating around that the body doesn't know what to do with. So to summarize here, the liver plays a critical role in hormone balance, particularly in balancing estrogen and progesterone, or female sex hormones. If the liver is sluggish, this can lead to estrogen dominance, which can contribute to a range of health issues, and also dysbiosis, which we talked about at the beginning. This can lead to weight gain and estrogen dominance again by disrupting the balance in the gut microbiome and altering important physiological processes. It's important to maintain a healthy gut microbiome by focusing on a healthy diet. So, avoiding processed foods, not eating a lot of sugary foods, which are just going to feed the bad gut bacteria, making sure you're drinking lots of water. Exercise is really helpful here as well, and other lifestyle habits that will prevent the negative health effects. So, as I mentioned, I want to share with you some simple things that you can do to improve your gut health. So, you can promote healthy gut bacteria and some things that will support your liver as well. So, as I already mentioned, a healthy diet is a really important one here. So, a diet that's rich in vegetables and fruits, in proteins, and then in healthy fats as well. As much whole food as we're able to eat is going to be the best. This is like the single ingredient foods. So, like apple is the ingredients. Steak, the ingredients is beef or steak, right? It's trying to avoid the things that have the really long list of ingredients because a lot of these things the body is going to have to break it down, but there's things in there as well that the body may not know how to break down or that could lead to inflammation or other problems in the system as well. Stay hydrated is another thing that's really important for gut health. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. It's important to help flush toxins out of the system and support liver function as well. Exercise regularly. So, regular exercise can help improve digestion and promote healthy gut bacteria. Aim for around 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. This is not a like go out and CrossFit and kill yourself kind of thing. It's just a move your body, especially if you're someone like I sit at a desk now for most of the day. So to get up and move my body and go for a walk, thankfully I have a dog, which makes it easy. But to get up and just move your body multiple times throughout the day is going to benefit you in terms of gut health as well as overall health as well. Number 4 is reduce stress. So chronic stress can disrupt the gut microbiome and affect liver function as well. So incorporate stress reducing activities into your routine. So things like yoga, things like meditation, and deep breathing. Deep breathing is one of my favorite ones. Um, it's challenging to do with a dog because he likes to come over and try and contribute every time. But even just taking a few minutes to just sit and close your eyes and take a few deep breaths can be really helpful to reset the system, which will take us out of fight or flight mode and back into rest and digest mode, which is really going to be important for digestive health and gut health as well. Number 5 is get enough sleep. Sleep is a really important thing for gut health as well. It's important for overall health and liver health too. Our liver does the bulk of its detoxification while we're asleep at night. So it's important to make sure that you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep throughout the night so that your body's able to do the detox and the repair that it's meant to do while you're asleep. And then limit exposure to toxins is the last one I want to talk about. As I mentioned, there are lots of things in our beauty care products. There are lots of things in our foods. We are exposed to toxins in so many different ways. And it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing when it comes to changing your beauty care products. Take a look in your bathroom. If you have something that's almost empty, the next time you go to the store, look for something that has a few less chemicals in it. Really big ones that you see, or I see a lot of the times when talking to women and to clients, things like parabens, phthalates starts with a PH, PHTALATES, I believe, sodium lauryl sulfate, aluminum in your deodorant. Just look for things that have less chemicals and toxins in them. It's just going to be less for your body to have to break down. So that can be helpful. We also want to try and avoid exposure to environmental toxins. So things like pesticides, herbicides, and pollutants, these are going to be harmful to the gut. And it's a lot of work for the body to get it out of the liver, which can make it so that it's not able to focus on detoxing hormones as successfully as it should be. So, in summary, like making healthy lifestyle choices, like eating a balanced diet, staying hydrated, regular exercise, reducing your stress, getting enough sleep, and limiting exposure to toxins can help improve your gut health. It'll help promote healthy gut bacteria and it will support liver function. And if you're a woman going through perimenopause and you've been dealing with symptoms or had any challenges with hot flashes, mood swings, weight gain, changes to your periods, there's always a cause. Anytime you have symptoms, there's always a reason why you're having the symptoms. And this is where working with us can be really beneficial because we don't take a just guess or just throw something at it kind of approach. We like to test you to figure out what's actually going on with you and your body because there are so many different factors and there are so many different reasons why you could be having the symptoms you're having. And if we don't figure out the root cause of why you're having the issues, then you may never get a solution that's actually going to last or that's actually going to feel good. Or you may end up, it's the expression, like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that something sticks, which can be frustrating and it can lead to more symptoms and more problems down the road as well. So, if you're dealing with any symptoms and you would like our support, I can help you. I will drop the link in the comments below so that you can reach out. We offer an assessment at the beginning, a new client assessment. You get 2 calls with us. We go through your entire history. Did you have any surgeries when you were younger? Have you gone through any health issues? If you have babies, what were your pregnancies like? We want to know all about you so that we can get a really clear understanding, and then we'll test you and figure out what's going on, what's the cause of your issues, and what does your body need to get back into balance. So if this is something you're interested in, reach out anytime or click the link in the comments below to check it out and book your assessment. And I hope you got value from this. I hope this was helpful. This is Gut health is something that's often not addressed or not considered, especially, you go to your doctor and it's not, for my experience anyway, it was never like, well, what have you been eating? Or what's your stress been like? Or how have you been sleeping? And these are factors that we always need to consider, especially for women as they're going through perimenopause or through their 40s. Some people don't even understand that that's perimenopause for a lot of women. Perimenopause can be 2 years, it can be 15 years. I was diagnosed or told that I had perimenopause when I was 33 years old, which is young, but it's something that a lot of women deal with. And it's this time where it's like, I don't even know what's going on with my body. All these things are changing and I can't figure out why. I'm doing everything the same and it's frustrating. I get it. I've been there. So if this is something you're dealing with and you'd like some support and help, I'd be more than happy to help you. And if you know anyone who's experiencing symptoms or frustration and doesn't know who to reach to or doesn't know who to turn to, please share this with them. Um, I really hope you get some value out of this and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Kate from Aligned Natural Health, and live well naturally.